Okay, random memory to archive. So, 2001, 2002, as far as I can remember. That's pretty close. So, I was 21, 22 ish. And um, so I sat at church, I sat up in the balcony by myself and um, every week. And because there was not a lot of people up there, and I could observe humans down below and, and still, uh, yeah, still get my dose of socializing. Um, but yeah, so that's where I sat every week, and then at uh, and this is what's really cool because I didn't realize this until today. So uh, until like 5 or 6 years ago, when there was really bad flu going around, um, every at the beginning of each church service, they would do like the greet everybody, and then they'd say, and turn to the people around you and greet them. A bit structured, but like that was that I didn't realize that till today. Like that's what I needed because the initiation of any kind of social interaction is my biggest struggle. I know if you know me, you know I've got struggles throughout, but like that's a big one because you can fumble your way through an interaction and ending it, but like only if you've initiated it. Someone's initiated it. So that was really something I took for granted until today. Like like it was such an imposed social direction and structure like you and you and you like everyone turn to the people around you and greet them, and so like it really helped with masking. Like I could just be like, I'm Mr. Social Guy, I'm Mr. Personable, and like I really uh was able to like uh I mean it was totally masking because like it's not like I had like, if they said, okay, now chat for 5 minutes, it's not like I had anything to back it up. It was just like I could go over and I could be personable and it was genuine, but like that's all I had to offer really was like I can do the thing that we've all been instructed to do and joyfully, but um with I could not have done that on my own, like just like go up to people and greet them. But there was I sat in the balcony up away from most all the people, and I could still see all the people and watch them interacting with each other and participate in the church service and all that. And then, but this memory is mostly around interacting with one person, and so uh, I at the beginning of each service, I'd go over and up in the balcony was usually pretty sparsely populated. People spread out, so it was a good opportunity to just go around and greet people. And it was low, low, low stress, low anxiety, low pressure because like that's all you're doing. Like church is about to start. Like you're not going to get caught up in some you know long conversation that you couldn't really handle. So so I'd go around and greet everybody. Well, and then at some point, this one young woman started attending and sitting nearby, and uh, I so she was one of the people I would greet, and and just a really friendly, uh, genuinely bubbly person. Like you hate to use words to describe people uh, that might not be exactly the way they'd want to identify themselves, but like just a very uh, very friendly, bubbly person, and just very outgoing. And so I would greet this woman each week and say hi, and we sat kind of close. So I think um, I don't remember the details exactly, but like just a little bit of small talk before service, and that was very non-threatening uh, to me because like there's a hard cutoff. Like things are going to start happening, and I can temper the amount of social interaction that I could handle with that dynamic. Um, but yeah, like just I think that's the she Christy was just super friendly. Never gave an inkling that she was at all like attracted to me or anything like that. And it was really refreshing to have someone that personable and that, like I said, bubbly, and to be sitting up in the balcony away from all the other people too. I hadn't really thought of that, but yeah, and just no pressure of like, like no weirdness to it. Like, oh, who's this like guy or this creepy guy like talking to me or whatever. Like, which is, I mean, pretty common because uh, I get that a lot. I got that a lot, throughout my life. And so, oh, but so we in making small talk, like, are you do you live around here or are you from around here? Um, she said she's no, actually from some like uh the name of the town. It's like I think it was over 3 hours away. And I was like, oh yeah, I know the town. I work up there. Like I've been working up there for weeks, and in construction. I'm in construction, and it was like really, kind of an odd coincidence. And I was like, yeah, at some school up there, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah, okay. And it's a cute little town, and so able to make small talk about that. And then, but the one of the points of this is that uh, she was going to school nearby for art, and I thought, oh, okay, this is like the limit of my capacity to interact and maintain. Like there was almost too many moving parts. I was like, okay, I see this person here every week. We're friendly, and I worked in her hometown, and like, uh, not that it was weird. It was just like I'm I was really getting back into art at the time, and I just made sure that I never brought that up because it felt to me like it was just going to be another uh, uh, connection with a person that it might have felt like I was trying to build a connection and like potentially like flirt or something. But more than that, it was just like um, uh, I wasn't being avoidant of it in any way. It was just, let me think. Oh, that's what it was. I'd lost my thought. It was that I had such a huge um I have so many skills gaps. Like it would have just like opened it up to something where like to me it would have it felt to me it felt like it would have just been exposing too many skills gaps, and um I wasn't trying to hit on this person. I wasn't, trying to uh do anything like that. She's just a really nice person and friendly, and I was like, "Oh, you should come to the college age group. I think you'd like it." And that. So like I was just not more. I was just concerned with like making sure that she was connected at this church that she's going to, and like I didn't want it to seem like I'm trying to build connections with this person um personally, and that might be like, and you should come here, and I'm this weird creepy person or whatever. But like um but yeah, it was basically just that like I didn't want to like I didn't have the need to like expose more social skills gaps. And as a little sidebar, like the term social skills is really a very neurotypical centered terminology. Like it's a very biased way of looking at it because some of the things are social skills that can be taught, but it seems a little biased to acknowledge that most of these things neurotypical people pick up on just by being exposed to them, and they're inclined to them largely, and that there's a part of your reward center in your brain is like enticing you to be social and all these things, and then to call it like skills, like okay, like I lack all these things, and it's like I can't, I could do workarounds for some of them and all that stuff, but it seems kind of like kicking someone while they're down to say like, well, not only can you not do this stuff, like it's just because we try harder. Or I don't know. It seems like a weird way of phrasing it, that they're skills when they're mostly picked up naturally. Anyways, end of the sidebar. The other bracket bookends that little thought. Um, but yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. Like this, just that. I hadn't really thought about how beneficial the handshaking was and the greeting of people before church service. Like that was really uh that was probably something that was pretty helpful for like that might have been like a social skill, like bridging that gap for me because like even though I I was able to, I guess I was able to see that I can go through the do the mechanisms. I can go through these motions even though I couldn't rationalize initiating that without that prompt, without that external prompt of someone standing on a stage saying, "Get ready, Travis is about to come up and say hello and shake your hand." You know, like it. I don't know that I would have like I wouldn't have thought to do it. I wouldn't have necessarily thought it was like normal. And then it's like, well, then what? What if they want to chat? And then you've got nothing, and you're just like, well, I'm gonna go back to my seat now because uh, I only had two things. I shook your hand, and with my hand, and I said hello to your face with my face, and now I'm gonna go back sit down. So, anyways, yeah, that bridged the social skills gap where like it showed me that I could do the thing. If I developed a bunch of other things, I could even potentially do it as second nature, and it could feel somewhat natural. Like I could build a reward system around things that I didn't then have a reward system for. And then this other thing was just that like interacting with that young woman, it was neat to see how someone could be that friendly and seem that genuine that like I didn't feel guarded. Like I don't remember. I mean, it was 20 some years ago or ish, but like it wasn't, you know, and it's like not a bunch of people around. So there wasn't really a group dynamic. Um, but yeah, that like I was conscious enough to know, like, don't bring that up. Like it might seem like you're hitting on the person and then like you're talking about art for that you do art and you have this thing in common. Like there's no need to do that. Like just talk about that she's doing art and because that's interesting because it's still art and and yeah, that's pretty much the memory. Just those few things.